So here we go, welcome back to another edition of Game Day. I arrived in Morecambe. I have to admit, I've enjoyed myself on the seaside. I've got the pie, we're going to give a little review after I've done the standard intro, the sights and the sounds and the thoughts from the fans at standard. Hope you enjoy as ever. Let's go and have a little bit of this pie. Here we go, ready? Let's do this. It's alright. Enjoy.
We have something in goals that's been handed in at reception, so I'm not going to say if you could make a way to...
Darren here. I'll keep this one quite short. I came here hoping for 3 points and also hoping to taste their award-winning pies. I tried 2 pies. One was good, one was very disappointing, and that kind of sums up how each of these first halves went. First half, really good play, just couldn't score. Second half, apart from the last couple of minutes, we were terrible. It's too many players had off days. Our 2 strikers have forgotten how to score. Bod and Norwood terrible in the first half. Changed it all with the good subs. Really good to see McKenna making 3 positive subs, but end of the day we've got a point, so we're kind of still in there, but we need to be winning. So on to next week. I'm there again, so we probably won't win, but yeah, let's keep going.
Hi, it's David again. I'm pleased I didn't make a 6-hour drive for that and pay £120 for a hotel room and climb over gates to watch that. What can you say? Ultimately, we're across it. On Tuesday I was really cross. I'm not cross today. I'm just because at the end of it, you have to say we're not good enough to go up. That's the long and the short of it. We can huff and puff. You got players who pull wide. There's nobody in the box. You can rotate your strikers around as much as you like, and I don't like rotating anybody particularly, as you know. But the reason why we rotated them is because they're not scoring. They're not doing it. Selena did the same, overplaying it, running into corners. Thompson, Backinson, casual. The only person you can say who took that going by the scruff of the neck was Morsey, who was head and shoulders above anybody else. But ultimately, that game just shows that we're not good enough to go up. Long and the short of it. And I'm going to go out for some beers and forget about it, because highly forgettable game, a highly forgettable season. And yes, I will bring it up one more time just before I go. That is entirely Cook's fault.
You know, mate?
Mike and
John.
John and Mike with a mic.
What do you make of that today?
It's another season. Don't start grinning behind the microphone there. Look at him. He's like a Cheshire cat, isn't he? He's like, I was right. Look, we're not going to get in the playoffs.
Well, for me, I think we were one step further away today.
It does feel like that, doesn't it?
It felt like a defeat, even though we got the point.
It does feel like acceptance.
Yeah, I wasn't there Tuesday, but watched it on iFollow, and I thought it was a similar game, similar to the Donny game as well, Mike, in the sense that we dominated a lot.
Yeah, and
we just didn't do enough to score.
We managed to bundle the ball over the line, didn't we, and go away with a win. Really, shut up shop against Donny.
Yeah, but we didn't take any of the chances tonight. And although
Five big chances we missed today.
Norwood, Bond 2, Aluko 2.
Five big chances listed.
And they scored with their first chance as well, which makes it sickening, doesn't it?
Well, that was on the cards, you could tell.
Yep.
They didn't get a single shot on goal, did they, the first
No.
half? Yeah.
Fair play to McKenna for making the 3 subs. A couple of people were disappointed with them
Well, I was
taking the
disappointed
lead
because
off.
I had Norwood to score.
Yeah, I had Bont to score as well, but I've got to say, for me, Thompson was really poor today. Backinson faded second half and made more mistakes like he did.
Purr, as in he was purring.
Poor,
Poor?
as in poor.
Poor, are we from the north?
I'm from the north, you're from the north.
from the
He's
north.
poor, really very
Yeah,
poor
we need
indeed.
subtitles on this video.
Thompson, well off the mark for me. Sammy Morsey was the best player on the pitch.
We just need to be a lot more clinical. That's all we need to be, is just a little bit more clinical.
I think we need a better striker in the summer.
Them final balls into the box need to be a little bit more accurate, and we need to be clinical. We need to be punishing teams like this when we get the chances that we've had. We've had 22 shots on goal.
And they're celebrating. And they're keepers man of the match.
At the end of the day, they could have come away with 3 points here quite easily. It's only I thought it was a bit of a fluffed shot that went in, and it was like
we had better chances, chances than the one we scored.
And the hardest chance we scored on it. So, yeah,
it feels like a bit of a kick in the clems today.
It does, yeah. I think Sheff Wednesday have won and they've gone into the 6th place.
Yeah, and they've got games
2 games in hand,
yep.
and they're several points ahead of us. So
I'm not going to give up, but I've got to say I'm a little bit deflated.
I am as well. I think I'm a bit more resigned now to the fact that we're going to be in League One again next season. But in a happy tone.
Yep.
I feel like we're progressing, aren't we?
Absolutely.
We're definitely progressing. And next season, I can see us getting on and really doing a lot of damage.
There's loads
in
of
this
positives
league.
at the club, despite the fact that we're not going to make the playoffs.
Lots of positives in the club.
We'll see you next time, Ross.
It's cold, isn't it?
It's cold.
Oh.
Well, Ross, in isolation, we should be euphoric about sneaking a point late on after basically battering the door and never looking like we were actually going to score. But a point's not good enough, and we knew that going into the game. So I think I'm going to voice the same as what most other fans are going to say. It's not mathematically over. I think the gap to the playoffs is only gone up by 1, so it's 5 points. But you look at the teams above us, 3 of them have got games in hand. Two teams have got 2 and 1 team have got 1. We're going to have to go on a consistent run that we're not showing. And the strikers, we're into this period now where we need everything firing, and the strikers have forgotten where the net is. So realistically, I think we need to accept that. I think the damage that everyone has spoken about in that first half of the season is just too much to mount. So we needed to win today. I thought Morsey was excellent. And I thought we controlled the game pretty much. First half, we dominated. But we're not taking those chances, putting the game to bed when we need to. And one mistake today led to 1 goal, and then we were basically chasing the game, and we never looked like scoring more than 1. We never looked like scoring more than 1 in any game at the moment. So if we don't score first, then we're unlikely to win the game. So frustration. I think playoffs. I'm really hopeful that anything I say now is probably going to come back to bite me, but I think the likelihood of playoffs in May is gone. So we just have to look towards next season, I think.
Another frustrating game that. First half we dominated possession, had lots of crosses in the box and things, but again didn't have clear-cut shots on goal. And then the second half, it was exactly like Tuesday night, made it scrappy, and we didn't take control of the ball. They score from 1 mistake, 1 big chance they had, and then we're left chasing the game. I mean, we would have lost that game previously, so it's good that we've got a point. But it's most definitely 2 points dropped, I think, again from that first half. Morsey was immense today, and I thought Backinson was quite good as well. It's only the second time I've seen him, and I've been impressed with him both times, so that's good, and we need a striker who can score, who's with confidence, because Bon and Norwood had chances today and couldn't take them. So frustrating game, and I think that's playoffs gone. I know it's only 5 points, but I think it's gone. So yeah, we'll go again next season, and hopefully McKenna will make the changes needed next season.
Segs here, frustrated to be honest, a little bit pissed off, and come all the way to Morecambe for a point. I mean, the game was ours to win, especially that first half. It's Tuesday all over again. Had them all over the park. It was our half to lose, really, our game to lose, and the amount of chances we had that first half, just like Tuesday, and we didn't take our chances, and we've gone home with a point. Thought Morecambe were, they took their chance when they got it, and they probably didn't deserve the point, but they'd taken that point and they'll take it and go from there. But for us, good to get the equaliser. We needed to, because to get a loss here would be dreadful for our season. I still believe the season is still alive, but it's gradually losing our way, unfortunately, with these results. I think this week this definitely has kind of cost us in a way. I mean, if we'd have sacked Cook a little earlier, and we pointed McKenna a little earlier, it wouldn't have mattered so much today. And that's the first time I'm admitting that, because when we sacked Cook, I was quite shocked. Thought it was a little too early, give him a bit more time. But looking back on it, perhaps it should have been a bit earlier, because results like today and Tuesday, they're costing us now, and I think we're now 6 points from fifth. 6 points from fifth, 5 points off sixth, with Sheffield Wednesday having 3 games in hand on us. So it's gradually closing on us, unfortunately. But yeah, enjoyed the game for what it was. Again, it's frustrating, annoying. You come here, you want the 3 points. I mean, I can't remember last time we won in the Northwest, which is even more annoying. Come all these miles that we do, and you just can't. It seems like a bit of a bogey place for us at the moment. But yeah, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, and we move on to Fleetwood next week. A little bit happy that I got to thank Mr. Ashton for his gift of champagne for our wedding gift. So met him personally after the game and got to thank him for that. So that's a bit of a bonus after that. But good to meet him. Good to say thank you personally. But yeah, we move on.
All right, my name's Peter, Ipswich Town fan from Manchester. We were expecting a win today, but first I want to talk about the game against Burton Albion. I said before the Burton game, 3 games in a week, we had to get at least 7 points to stand any chance of getting into the playoffs. A great win against Burton. The Cheltenham game, should have won that, but we didn't. But it's merely about today, really. And, the game against Morecambe, it was there for the taking. Once again, another opportunity. And unfortunately, we didn't win the game. However, getting the negatives out of the way, we went a goal behind in the second half, but we kept pressing and we made some changes, bringing Selena on, bringing on Chaplin on and Caden Jackson. I felt they did make a difference, an extra energy to the team. And I couldn't see the goal. I think it was Wes Burns who scored the goal, I think. Well, it was Wes Burns. And we had a chance, really, to try and go on and win the game. The positive about the game is we didn't give up. We showed fight, spirit, determination to get something from the game. Bit disappointed that we didn't win the game, but at least we got a point. And from what I've been told from a few Ipswich fans, I think we're 5 points outside the playoffs with 11 games to go. I don't think the season's finished, because it is still doable, but we need to start getting some more wins now. And, credit to Wes Burns for getting the goal. We've got a full week on the training field for the players to try and correct the things that went wrong today. Maybe a bit more concentration in defence. I think Edmondson was at fault for the first goal that we gave away. It was a bit difficult to see from where I was stood, but make a few adjustments in defence. Hopefully score a few more goals. The strikers need to score goals as well. And we go to Fleetwood next week. If we win at Fleetwood and the teams above us lose, then it's game on for the playoffs with 10 games left. And that's all I've got to say, really. So I've still got faith that we'll get into the playoffs. You've got to keep believing. But one thing I want to say, though, is the Ipswich fans were fantastic. I mean, the support is brilliant, and they love this football club. And, it's the fans that make this football club special, really. So as long as the fans keep supporting this club, we've always got a chance for the playoffs.
Well, what can you say, eh? Played against Cheltenham this week, 2 points dropped. Today, we do exactly pretty much the same thing we done against Cheltenham, but don't capitalise in the first half, and we end up succumbing to a goal, and then we have to work and end up getting a goal ourselves to get an equaliser. And I think to myself, well, I get it, it's a point, but come on, like, we should be beating these teams, you know. No disrespect to Morecambe, you know, they're very well, you know, supported community club and everything, and they've done really well to get to this point now. But these lot, you know, they're in relegation zone. You know, they're obviously fighting for survival. We should be fighting for these playoffs. But I just don't feel like the way, nothing against McKenna, nothing against the way McKenna's playing with the team right now, but I do feel like we're just too pedestrian. We just try to walk the ball in, and I feel like that's sort of been seen quite a lot recently with the way we're playing. And no disrespect, I mean, that pretty much was their first opportunity at goal, and they scored it. They took their chance. Exactly what we didn't do. And we are ourselves to blame for that. Don't get me wrong, we haven't lost the game. I might be sounding too negative, but I feel like a lot of fans coming out of that tonight will feel like, you know, just the same as me. You know, that was a game it's a banker really to win away from home. You know, we've still got to go to Fleetwood and get a result next week, and that's nowhere near simple, because even though they were 3-0 up at Portsmouth, they've succumbed to a 3-3 draw. So I just don't feel we're going to get playoffs at all, really. The way we're playing, some of the ways we're playing in some of these games which matter, and I think it's just been a spell where the games which matter, we seem to sort of keep messing up, you know what I mean? And I don't know if it's just me just saying it, but we just need to be better in front of goal and take our chances. First half, we played really well, just got to take our chances. I think that's all I've got to say, really, is take our chances. On to Fleetwood, you know. Some of the teams around above us, you know, some of them obviously had various different results. Obviously, it's a 5-point gap now between us and sixth place, so a lot of ground to make up still, but it's all still to play for. 11 games, I think it is still to play, so got to keep the faith, I suppose, and keep supporting the Blues. I'll be there on Fleetwood on Saturday, as many of you will be there as well. Atmosphere today, absolutely amazing. Sung all through the game. Obviously, you know, it would be nice if we got those 3 points to take home for a long journey, but you know, we keep the faith and we move forward, and we forget about this now and look at this as just a point. 2 points dropped yet again, and we move on to Fleetwood and hopefully a win there. Up the town.